Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so recording has already started. Let us start now. This is one question. We have done such questions before, but at that time we had done when there was no rolling involved. It was just
Sir,
sliding.
screen
No
did
rolling
not
was
show.
not in. Screen did not
Please
share.
share the screen, sir.
Let me
Yes,
share
sir.
again. Okay, started now. Right.
Yes, sir.
So this kind of question we will take rolling based questions. First of all, you already know about rolling, but let me revise a little bit, and maybe I will take few questions of rolling, and then we will proceed. One question that is famous for rolling, very important, and you should be familiar with this. If any body which is rolling down the incline, they may ask, what is the friction? What could they ask? What is the friction acting on this? While it is going down, while it is going up, both cases. Number two, what is the going up and down, two cases of friction. Second case they can ask, and I will take in general, ICM I will take as eta into mr square, and I will take I about bottom, this point P, point of contact, I will take as beta into mr square, and as you know, beta will be eta plus 1. These things I will take like that only. And why I'm taking eta and beta like this, so that I can take all the cases together. Which cases I want to take in this? I want to take whatever can roll. For example, solid sphere can roll, solid and hollow.
Cylinder.
What solid and hollow? These could be cylinders, or these could be spheres.
Disc.
Cylinders, spheres, and cylinder is equivalent to disk, because the moment of inertia of solid cylinder is equivalent to disk, and hollow cylinder is equivalent to ring. So those are covered in these parts only. But other than that, which is not covered in this, there will be something that will be, what should I call it? This kind of shape, spool. So I will take case of spool also. Spool, sorry. I will take case of spool as well. So any other thing which can roll, I think these only hollow sphere, solid and hollow cylinders and spheres. And in that, obviously ring is also included in this, and the disk is also included in this only. And spool. These cases I will be taking. These things can roll. Now, friction, I will ask first of all, what is the friction between this and the incline while it goes up the incline, or while it goes down the incline? Up, how will it go up? If somebody has given it initial angular velocity in upward direction, then it will be rising up. And I'm not assuming any external force acting on this. If external force is acting, that is a different scenario. Without external force, other than friction and normal and mg, there is no other external force acting on this. So it is moving on its own, whether it moves up or it moves down. It is moving just because of some initial angular velocity. I can give it initial angular velocity upwards, so it will start climbing up. Okay, that may happen. Second thing I will ask, maybe angular velocity or time taken to reach the incline. All these things, omega, v, t, etc., to reach bottom of the incline or to reach top of the incline. All these things, mass, etc., will be given, radius, etc., will be given to us. So let us discuss these things. And this is something which you can do by the knowledge which you already have, because I have discussed before, when they ask friction, then, and what we are assuming here, we are assuming two cases we will take here. One we will take pure rolling case, and another we will take which is not pure rolling, which is rolling with sliding. So there are two cases. First case is pure rolling case. Pure rolling without any sliding. Or we can say in bracket, it means no slipping. No slip. And the other one is slipping is involved. Slipping along with rolling. Rolling with slipping. Slipping is involved. So understand one thing here. Both of these have different ways to start. If I have to start case of pure rolling, then I know in pure rolling, energy will be conserved, slipping energy will be conserved. In which case energy will be conserved? Think about it. In which case energy will be conserved? In pure rolling or in rolling with slipping?
Pure rolling.
Pure rolling, sir.
Yes, in
No
pure
slipping.
rolling, the work done by friction will be
Pure
0.
rolling.
In pure rolling, no slip. Work done by friction will be 0, and when work done by friction 0, then and mechanical energy will be conserved. So this I will prefer. If I ask omega, velocity, time, etc., I will use conservation of energy to find omega, etc. In first case, we can use conservation of mechanical energy in this case, right? And I can also use tau p equal to IP into alpha. These are my beginning equations. Conservation of mechanical energy for omega and velocity, if they ask these things. And if they don't ask this, if they ask angular acceleration, then I will use IP into alpha for calculation of whether they ask force also, then from alpha I will get A, and from A I will get F. I will use this method. Okay. So these are my starting equations. Means I will always start from these two wonderful equations. This equation, conservation of mechanical energy equation, and I will start with tau p equal to IP into alpha equation. Also, I will be writing mechanical energy also. In this also I will do something here useful. Kinetic energy I will not write as half IC omega square plus half mv square. I can write kinetic energy as half IP omega square.
Half IP omega square.
This
Yes, sir, because of pure rolling.
Yes, this is very important here. Kinetic energy, we can write this. Only for which case? Only for pure rolling cases.
Pure.
Pure rolling, sir.
These equations are only, these three things which I have here highlighted. These are only and only applicable for pure rolling when there is no slipping. But if there is slipping, then unfortunately, see how easy it is to calculate alpha in the first case. Is it not very easy to calculate
Very simple, sir.
in the first case, and
Easy,
easy to
sir.
calculate omega also in the first in case which to calculate slightly difficult, not difficult, it is also easy. But from alpha we have to go to A, from A we have to go to F. A I have to write as R alpha. After getting acceleration downwards A, then I will write friction maybe upwards, and mg sine theta may be downwards. Then I will write mg sine theta minus F is equal to m.
Into R alpha, sir. Your voice was breaking, I think.
Sir,
Sir,
Hello, sir.
are
Sir, and some lag is there.
good morning, sir.
Sir.
Sir will be joining.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Sir, okay, sir. Now it's audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
It's audible.
Right. So I don't know up to what I have discussed already. Have you seen this already? This written things here. Do you know already all this? Alpha
No,
is
Yes,
equal
sir.
to tau CM. Okay, right. Right then. Then after that, I was explaining that can I use tau CM upon ICM for the pure rolling case? Yes, we can use. Always we can use. But will I prefer? No, I will not prefer. Reason? Always it is easier to calculate tau P upon IP rather than tau CM upon ICM. Why is it tough? Let us try to calculate. Alpha is equal to tau CM upon ICM. What is torque about center of mass? Torque about center of mass will be F into R upon ICM. ICM is easy to calculate. Do I know F? I don't know F. In which case? In the pure rolling case, I don't know F because it is any friction value which is less than mu n. But what exactly this is, we don't know. It is something less than mu n, but what exactly it is, we don't know. So therefore, I will not prefer to use tau CM upon ICM for pure rolling case. I will prefer to use tau CM upon ICM only for rolling with slipping case because in that case, I know the friction already.
Yes,
So
sir.
what I will write then? Then I will write it as this thing I can write as mu into mg cos theta upon eta into m r square. That will be alpha. So what it will be finally? Let us write it down. That alpha will become, I think, mm cancelled, mu g cos theta upon into r will also be there here. One r will also be there. Force into r will be torque. That upon eta into r. That will be alpha. Understood or not?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
One thing here I want to clarify again. Right now, because I'm directly writing umg cos theta into r, so it is clear to you. But when you will start doing yourself, you have to start from the basics, starting by taking normal, by taking mg, by taking friction. Then understand we have to consider net torque about center of mass. Don't think only we have to consider only due to friction. We have to consider net. But in this case, because due to normal, 0, due to mg, 0. So we are left only with friction. But it does not mean that this is just torque due to friction. It is also net torque. Net torque about center of mass upon ICM will only give us alpha. If I just exclude some torques, then it will not give us alpha. So here I'm taking all the torques into account. The other two torques are already 0. So we know alpha we got here. What would be alpha in the first case? In the first case, torque about P point. Why I chose torque about P point in the first case? Because I don't know the friction. In that case, friction is unknown. If friction is unknown, then torque due to friction should become 0. So I prefer to choose P point. So torque due to normal, 0. Torque due to friction, 0. Then I have to take only torque due to mg. What is torque due to mg? Torque due to mg I can find out. This is r distance. And what angle does the r make with horizontal? I think 90 minus theta. Then what this will become? I think it will become r cos of 90 minus theta, which will be equal to r sin theta. That is r perpendicular. So mg into r perpendicular will become mg into r perpendicular will become mg into r sin theta.
Sir.
I don't prefer this way, although I will prefer this way. I will break mg into components because everybody knows what is it. It is mg sin theta, and this side it is
Yes, sir. mg cos
mg
theta.
cos theta.
into R.
So mg sin theta into r. Mg sin theta into r will be torque. Okay. So what we will write here? We will write it here as mg sin theta into r upon beta m r square. So that becomes m cancelled. Just g sin theta upon beta times r. This is alpha. See how alpha changes to. In one case, mu g cos theta upon eta r, and in other case, it is G sin theta divided by beta r. So, what changes in these two? What is the difference in these two cases? In one case, our starting
Depends
equations
on
are.
friction, sir.
In one case, our starting equations are friction force we found
Friction,
in
sir.
the beginning, and that is our starting. And in other case, our starting equation is torque about P point. So our starting becomes different, but other things we will get from there now. For example, in first case also I will get friction. How? After getting alpha, I will get acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration will be R alpha, which will be equal to G sin theta divided by beta.
No, G sin
And
theta
then,
minus F.
then I can write mg sin theta minus F is equal to mass into acceleration.
Then G sin
Then
theta will
F
be
is equal to mg sin theta into 1 minus 1 by
beta.
beta.
Yes.
That is our first case. So we notice that we can get all the things. Anything left in the first case to determine what we wanted to determine. What was our aim? Our aim was to determine F and alpha and A and velocity and omega and time taken to go down the incline if the incline is of length L. All these things we want to find. So we are left with time, but we have found F alpha A. F alpha in second case also we found. What about A in the second case? Don't use A equal to R alpha, not applicable. Don't use A equal to R alpha. Don't use tau P is equal to IP into alpha. Don't use it. Why not? Because P is not the instantaneous center of rotation in second case.
It is
So these
shifting.
two don't use. Remember not to be used. It is, we know which, it is easy to tell which equation to use, but it is sometimes difficult to tell if we forget this we cannot use here. This is also to be learned, that what we cannot use. We cannot use A equal to R alpha here because A center of oscillation is, it is not rotated P point which is just at rest, and the P point on the disk, the P point on the disk is accelerating. So which we are not doing that. We cannot write tau P equal to IP alpha here. It will be wrong thing to do. Okay. And if you want to write tau P equal to IP alpha, then you can do that also, but then you have to take a pseudo torque into account. But who will do that unnecessarily? Who will take pseudo torque into account? We cannot do that. So therefore we will not use it, in fact. Okay. If you take pseudo torque into account, then I think then nothing will go wrong. Then mg sin theta into R minus pseudo force ma into R, but A is unknown. So A is unknown. So again, it will be one unknown we want to obtain in terms of another unknown. What is the use of that? Therefore, I will not prefer it. And I will not use A equal to R alpha also here. Okay. And moreover, our P point is if P point is on the disk, then P point will be accelerating. Therefore, because P point is accelerating downwards or somewhere, therefore I have to take a pseudo torque into account. And what is that pseudo torque? That will depend on the acceleration of P point. Again, let me clarify. It is mass into acceleration of P point. It is not mass into acceleration of center. Pseudo torque will be if acceleration of P point is AP downwards. What is P point here? P point is point on disk, which is in contact with the ground. It is point on the disk which is in contact with the contact point. So can I take about that contact point tau P equal to AP alpha? Yes, but is it easy? No. So should I take it? No, I will not take it. But in case of pure rolling, it is easy. Why? Because this point is momentarily at rest. Its acceleration momentarily is zero. If it has zero acceleration, then no pseudo torque. So therefore, it is preferable to use in first case, but not in the second case. I hope it is clear so far.
Sir, clear, sir.
Is it okay? Okay, right. Next, we know then how to find A. Then we cannot use that formula now. How to find out acceleration, because acceleration is so easy to find here. Directly I know the friction, so I can write mg sin theta minus friction is equal to mass into acceleration. I will use this formula to find A. To find A also, I will start with F. I will write mg sin theta minus mu mg cos theta is equal to ma. So A is equal to g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. This we used to do before also in normal cases, like when it is not a
sliding, sir.
When any sliding object is there, then this we used to do before also. So it is something you are already familiar with, right? A we got. What is left now? A we got, alpha we got, F we got. In both cases, we are left with V and omega and T. For V and omega, I told we will start with a different equation in the beginning itself. What will be our starting equation in the beginning itself? Our starting equation will be conservation of mechanical energy. What is the conservation of mechanical energy? Potential energy lost is equal to kinetic energy gained. What is the potential energy lost? Mg L sin theta. L is the length of the incline. If it is coming through L length, if it is coming down through L length, then by covering L length, it will be mg L sin theta, and that will be equal to half Now kinetic energy, somebody may write kinetic energy as half into m into vcm square plus half into icm into omega square. Should I do that? No, I should not do that,
No,
because
sir.
I have easier way.
Half
I will do
IP, yes, sir.
directly. Yes,
Half
I will
IP.
use half into
IP
pi
omega
into mr square omega square
We know
mg
ICOR.
into L sine theta. Then what do we get omega as? Then we get omega as, we can write it down now.
2G L sin theta by R square, sir. L
The
beta.
2G L sin theta.
Beta R square.
L sin theta by beta R
by
square.
beta r square under the root.
Square root.
And what is velocity?
Yes, sir.
Velocity is r omega. We can use that
R omega.
because it is pure rolling about. Why I'm able to use that? Because I'm writing this equation. Velocity of c with respect to p, I can write as r omega.
Yes,
Or
sir.
I let me go further. I'm writing this equation. VCP is equal to CP into omega, and CP that is VC minus VP is equal to R into omega. But VP is 0, so therefore I can write
Zero,
VC
sir.
velocity.
VC
Therefore, I
equals
can
to
write
R
velocity of
omega.
center as R omega. Therefore, I can say velocity is just R omega in this case. Same method I can use for acceleration. Acceleration of CP is equal to CP into alpha, and AC minus AP is equal. But
AP
this is only
equals to R alpha.
tangential acceleration. This is only tangential acceleration. That is equal to R alpha. P is 0, so acceleration AC is equal
AC
to just
equals to R alpha.
R. This method we could use there also. Now, what about the same thing I want to determine in the other case also, velocity and
Second
omega in the other case. There I have no way to do. I have to start with this second case. There is only one starting equation always. In first case, we can start with this or this, but in second case, we will start always with friction. That is, from there only we get alpha, from there only we get A, and after getting A, we can get velocity will be equal to root 2AL, and omega will be equal to V by R. You understand this formula? V square minus U square is
Yes,
equal to
sir.
2S.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so-
equal to yes, yes, sir.
So there was no direct way in the second case. Means in order to get A, I have to first find out F. So means if I have to find V here, then I have to start with V, F to A to V, and V to omega.
V
See,
to
omega is so
omega.
difficult. Omega is so difficult to get in this case. And in the first case, omega was so easy. Omega was directly in one step. MGL sin theta is equal to half into beta into MR square omega square. Omega in one step we got directly. But in second case, omega is difficult. But similarly, in the first case, F was not direct. F was indirect. First alpha, then A, then F. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. Right. Then we can now move on to the other no, not examples now. No, time still remaining. Sorry, time taken in this case and time taken in the second case. Here, time taken can be written as
Alpha.
acceleration. We know we will
L
use
sin
root
theta equal to half AT square, sir.
Sir, somewhat disturbance.
lot of disturbances here. Who is that? Root 2 L by A. Directly using formula, L is equal to half A T square. Initial velocity was 0.
We can't see what you are writing.
What?
We can't see what you are writing.
Why can't you see really?
We can see, sir.
Sir, we can see.
Then, sir,
So now,
Maybe net problem, I think.
No, wait, not wait. I disconnected it again to just check why you are not able to see. But some students are saying you can see. It means I will again connect. Wait a second.
Okay.
Can you see now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
So T is equal to this. L is equal to half AT square, and T is equal to root 2 L by A. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Right. This is for the first case. What about the second case? Second case also same formula for this, root 2 L by A.
Yeah.
But here it will be root 2 L by A will be something that
A
G
equals
sin
to mu
theta
G cos. Yes, sir.
minus mu G cos theta. That is for this case. And for first case, it was root 2 L by R alpha. Alpha was R into tau P upon IP.
Yes, sir.
This
Then
way.
substitutes.
Then we will put the value of IP, etc., and tau P, and we will get means. But we can get time very easily in both cases. Not difficult task. But just if you know this method, okay, this you should be knowing now. Now, which will be reaching fastest? This is the question asked. There is a race between several rolling bodies which can roll down the incline. One side we have a sphere, another we have a disc. I will be able to not make them properly anyway, but you understand this is a disc, let us say. One we have a cylinder, maybe it is a cylinder, then we have a disc, and then we have just a ring maybe. I can just take a ring So all these things we are having, right? Now you have to tell me, and sphere also, this somewhere. Let me take a sphere also. Radius is not required to be given to find out what is the time taken, because I think radius gets cancelled. Does it cancel or not? Let me check once again. I think yes, it gets cancelled. How do we know? Root 2L by R into torque about P point is mg
G
sine
sin theta.
theta into R
Right.
upon
Sine to R.
beta mr square. So that will get cancelled. M will also get cancelled. So we are left with just 2 into beta L
Theta
theta
by
upon
G
G
sin
sine
theta.
theta.
From
Or
theta.
I recommend you to remember this. I recommend you to remember the acceleration formula for both cases. Then it will make the problem so much easier. If you remember, acceleration is equal to root G sine theta by beta in one case, and in other case, G sine theta minus mu G cos theta. Then it will be easier. Just remember acceleration formula. Although we can get
Okay, sir.
easily,
Okay, sir.
acceleration is not difficult to get. Tau P upon IP into R, that is acceleration. But if we remember, then much better. G sine theta.
Sir.
Sir,
Sir.
యూట్యూబ్ చూసుకుంటా
Voice this.
Sir,
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So now you tell which will win the race.
IC less ICM less.
Value more.
all will go through.
sphere, sir.
Sphere will win the race. And which will be slowest to reach the bottom? Ring will be slowest to reach the
Ring.
bottom. Ring will take the maximum time. And
Because its IP value will be more, sir.
More.
because yes, IP value will be more, so time taken will be more.
Beta is inside IIT, sir.
The time directly proportional type.
Yes,
Yes.
right. So this way we can tell that which will be reaching fastest. Is there anything which can reach faster than spool for the ring? Let me check. What about the spool? What will be the moment of inertia for this spool? Let me write for this spool also. For this spool, if I have a spool like this, wait a second. This is a spool. Now spool depends what should I consider its moment of inertia. It can be considered in terms of small,
We can take this.
in terms of inner radius, which is the radius which is responsible for rolling. Let us consider that radius as R, and the other one I will consider something else, maybe R dash. Okay, the radius which is responsible for the rolling, that on which the body is rolling, that I will consider as R. Then I will prefer to write its moment of inertia ICM as in terms of small r, in terms of R only I will prefer to write, because that R will finally get cancelled out. Therefore, I can write G sin theta upon beta. I will prefer to write in terms of small this one R, inner R only. Then I will write it as eta into mr square, and that will become IP will become beta into mr square. Then analysis will be same as before, no difference in the analysis. But I want to obtain beta value. What is the estimate of beta? Let us think what beta could be. So if I assume that
1/2.
our spool is made up of maybe some, what should I think of it as? Maybe it is made up of a which has matter outside and nothing inside. Let us say nothing is inside and it is matter
Cavity
is
like
outside.
that, sir.
Cavity like that. Let me think like that only, and then inside it is just a cavity. Then I will prefer to write its formula as m into r square plus r dash square divided
R1
by 2,
by 2.
which can be written as which can be written as बंद करना पड़ेगा, मैं नहीं कर सकता इसे. This can be written as m by 2 into r square into 1 plus r dash square by r square, which will be equal to m by 2 into r square into 1 plus
Dot will also be there.
1 plus some number n square,
So
which
definitely
is
it will
equal
more
to
than ring moment
Def-
of initial.
Yes, sir. More than ring,
yes,
sir.
that is what I wanted to say, that only that we can achieve. Normally people will think that here beta will be maximum possible as for the ring, which is 2. For the ring it is 2, but it can become more than 2. I can
Yes,
make
sir.
it more than 2 now. By choosing the appropriate value of ratio, I can make it more than 2. And if we are doing that, then beta can become so large that the time taken can become very small. No, sorry, very large. Times
Greater than
very
ring,
large.
sir.
Yes, time taken can become very, very large for the spool. So spool will be having, if the spool is made up of, if the spool has inner hair cavity, but I'm not saying this is only with cavity. Sometimes the spool can be some other kind of spool also, which has inner also some material is there that can have different formula for moment of inertia. But I just wanted to tell you one thing only, that beta for certain cases can be greater than 2. Otherwise, students will think that the maximum possible for the ring and it cannot be greater than ring. But no, we know now. Notice that yes, it is possible in this case to be greater than 2. And if that happens, then the time taken by the spool may become less than the time
Greater
taken by
than
the ring
ring.
to go. Greater than the time taken by the ring to go down. Yes, it can happen. It can happen for the spool. Okay. So right, we understand it. And in fact, if you are very good at designing the things, then you can conduct this experiment and you will be really obtaining a wonderful feature of this kind of construction which you will make, that it will appear to be very, very wonderfully slow. Let us say I have some wire here on which I am making it slide down, roll down. Then as compared to the sphere will go fast, other things will go fast, and it will be wonderfully slow. I can make it very slow. So it will appear very strange. It will appear counterintuitive. Some people will think that why is it being so slow? It is not going down fast, although gravity is pulling it also down. But I can make it run really very, very slow because of this feature that we are having. We are making beta to be much larger. So if you are good at designing, then you can design such thing, some toy or some device for yourself by which you can prove it experimentally also. That yes, it will really take a lot of time to go down. Anyway, next we can, having understood these things about rolling, I want to take one example of rolling on some plank maybe, and the plank may be, okay, what happens in this case? Let us think about such cases.
Sir, 1 minute I go up, sir.
What do you want me to do?
1 minute move above it.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
So let us say we have a inclined plane on which we have some plank, and above the plank we have something which can roll, some rolling body maybe, which has more tendency to move faster down. The plank or this body on the top of plank, which has more tendency to move fast.
The ball.
Let us see the acceleration. Think one to be independent of other. Assume only one thing is existing, other is not existing. If only one is existing, other is not existing, then let us say one number 2. Acceleration of one without the other will be equal to just g sine theta.
G sin theta.
And acceleration of 2 will be equal to G sin theta divided by beta. And beta values will be, what are the possible values of beta? Always greater than 1. We know that already. Beta will always be greater than 1 or not? For any of the cases.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely greater.
Beta definitely greater than 1. So if we have something greater than 1, then this acceleration of A2 will be less. Means A2 will be tending to move slower. A2 will be tending to move slower as compared to 1.
A1.
A2 has tendency to move slower, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now, this lower one will be moving faster and upper one will be moving little slower. So I can think this.
Slower.
I can start, if I want to solve it, I can solve it in this way. Solving in its frame. Let the acceleration of lower one be A1. Then with respect to this, I will solve it. Then I will take a pseudo torque here due to MA1. And here
MA1.
downwards, mg sin theta.
MA2.
And then I will find out the acceleration of the upper one in this way. If they have given that there is no slipping between these two, then I can find out the torque about P point in the same way as before.
Pure
Mg
rolling.
sin
If
theta
it was pure roll.
minus MA1 into R is equal to beta M into R square into alpha. This equation we have. And what is the equation for the Planck? For the Planck, we have this equation. Here, downward force will be M, what is the mass of this? Let us say mg sin theta. And upward will be friction on this, or downward will be friction? I think downward will be friction probably. Downward friction on this. So mg sin theta plus F. Why it is downwards on this? Because on the upper body, it was upwards. On the upper body, it was upwards or not?
Yes, sir. Tendency to go.
On this mg sin theta, and upper one was having tendency to move faster or
Sir,
slower?
for upper one, down, sir.
For upper one, it is down.
Yes,
Or doesn't make a difference also. It will not make a difference. We will get answer in any way. If I take this up and this down, then on upper one I will have to take down. Then also we will be getting answer. And if F comes out to be wrong, then it will come out to be negative. It will turn out to be negative, but we will get answer anyway. Okay. Anyway, we can write these equations in this way, and downwards will be mg sin theta, upward here friction upward, then mg sin theta minus F equal to ma. For the upper one, I can write the equation as F plus mg sin theta. F plus mg sin theta is equal to, sorry, ma will be backwards, ma1 backwards, and relative to this, its acceleration will be r alpha downwards. We are solving relative to this, then it will be easier for us to solve. So pseudo force we can take, but at least we know the acceleration related to this is r alpha, so it is easier to solve. Then I will prefer this equation F plus mg sin theta minus ma1 is
Equals to
equal to m into r alpha.
R alpha.
This is the fourth equation. How many unknowns? A1 unknown, alpha unknown, F unknown, 3 unknowns. So I need one more equation, that is for the other body. That is mg sin theta minus F is equal to m into acceleration of the other body, that is A1. That is A1.
Sir, here R alpha gives A relative, sir.
R alpha will be giving us obviously A relative only, because it is related to P point we are observing it. Which means we are using this formula, acceleration of C with respect to P is equal to Cp into alpha along tangent. Along the tangent is this form. Along the tangent means along the tangent of this these two, where these two are touching each other. This is a tangent. Along this direction, we can write the formula Cp into alpha. So obviously, then it is just relative only, C with respect to P. But P is also having acceleration which is equal to A1. Then these three questions are enough, I think, or not?
Sir, here we are considering pseudo force MA1 no, sir.
Yes.
So A relative also will be no, sir. A2 minus A1.
That is total. What is A relative? I don't understand what is A relative. Where I am writing it as A2. I'm not writing A2 anywhere. This R alpha is itself the net acceleration with respect to this P point only. That is already
Yes,
relative.
sir.
What other relative you want? Already it is A21. It is already acceleration of C with respect to P. C is, let us say, 2 and P is here 1. P, because this is 1 here. Acceleration of P same as acceleration of 1. So ACP is A21.
Okay, sir.
Acceleration of center with respect to P is A21 only.
It's understood.
That is already relative. Okay. So we can get answer from these or not? By these three questions, we can get.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm assuming masses to be same for both M and M only. Some other questions of this kind. I have seen several different kinds of questions such. For example, okay, one that I forgot to take, I should have taken that also first. Then I will start others. I think I should start with that only first. Angle of repose for this. Angle of repose is not, don't call it angle of repose, but I should call it, I have no name. There is no such special name for it. But because I only teach this thing specially to the students, so therefore I will prefer to call it maybe angle of sliding. And minimum angle of sliding, I should say. Minimum angle for sliding. Minimum angle for sliding, or I can call it as maximum angle for pure rolling.
Yes,
So
sir.
minimum angle for the sliding to start. Minimum angle for the sliding to start is equal to maximum angle at which up to which the pure rolling takes place. It both are same thing. How to find that? Means I will take just sliding case. What do we mean by just sliding? Just sliding is boundary between. Let us say this is
Pure
your
rolling
house.
and sliding.
This is your house, and this is your neighbor's house. And this is the boundary. This boundary belongs to both. This boundary is yours as well as neighbors. Same thing, when just sliding case we take, then that case belongs to both. That case belongs to pure sliding as well as that case belongs to both. Means I have advantage in that. I have advantage in that I can use any of these equations. These two I can use and these two also I can use. I have advantage, I can write acceleration as g sin theta by beta, and I can write acceleration as g sin theta minus mu g cos theta also. Because that is in that both will be valid. Because that is case, just sliding case is this will be such a special case. In this case, the equations of sliding will also be applicable, and the equations of rolling will also be applicable. Pure rolling will also be applicable. And why it is helpful for us? Where is it helpful for us? It is much helpful for us. If I want to tell, for example, now only I want to determine when the sliding, for what angle the sliding will just start. Then I will determine so easily. I will just equate the accelerations for both the cases because I know both will be
So
same.
g sin theta by beta equal to
G sin theta minus
mu g cos
minus
theta.
mu g cos
mu
theta.
g cos theta. Then I will quickly write it as g. What we want to find here? We want to
And
find
theta I can find out, sir.
Theta, sir.
tan theta divide by cos theta. Divide
Yes,
by cos
sir.
theta. G tan theta by beta will be equal to g tan theta
G.
minus mu g. Then
Yes, sir.
tan theta will become equal to
Equals to
mu
mu g.
g upon 1 minus 1 by beta.
Yes, sir. Mu g upon 1 minus.
That
Mu g
is
beta by
mu g
beta
upon
minus 1.
beta by beta minus 1, or it is mu g into beta by eta.
G will get cancelled, no, sir.
I think that should cancel, obviously. Obviously,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, why dimension it is becoming wrong? No, dimension it cannot be like that. It should cancel. Yes. Mu into beta by eta. That is tan theta. That is the minimum angle. So, what is the minimum angle at which the
Sliding occurs.
minimum angle at which the sliding occurs? We are able to find out that is this here, tan inverse mu into beta divided by eta. We can find the minimum angle at which the sliding occurs. This angle can become very large for the spools. Why it can become very large for the spools? No, can it become very large or very small? Let me check once. Tan inverse mu into eta plus 1 upon eta. If I do that, then it will become tan inverse
Large.
mu into 1 plus 1 by eta. Eta for the spools will be very large, I think. Eta for the spool will be very large or small?
Do you
Yes.
think that
It will be very large, no, sir.
It will become
infinite?
eta will become large. If eta becomes large, then angle will become small.
Small, yes, sir. Smaller.
Zero.
So it will become very
No,
small
sir.
angle. For the spools, it will become very small angle, not zero. Zero it will never become. Minimum possible value is mu only. Tan inverse mu. Like
Tan
case
inverse
of
of mu, yes, sir.
that is like case of this sliding. Pure. That is case of just some block which is sliding down.
Friction we discussed.
Okay. It will become like that. Okay. So, right. Next we have Right, this one is done. Now one more example I would like to take here.
Sir, one doubt. Sir,
Yes.
for spool you told r dash by r dash square by r square is equal to n, no, sir?
R dash square by R square I said as N square is right.
Yes, sir. R dash is inner radius, sir, or outer radius?
You tell me what it was. That I discussed there only. R dash is outer radius. R dash is outer, R is inner.
Okay, sir.
R is inner there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why was I taking R as inner? I gave the reason also for that. Because I wanted to write, see, if I don't take R as inner, and if I take R dash as inner, and then I have to write again all the equations mg sin theta into R, mg sin theta into R, was it torque or not?
Yes,
Mg
sir.
sin theta into R. So I should have taken this only as R. Why could I take as R dash as R? Then that mg sin theta into R equation will become wrong there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So therefore I wrote in terms of that thing which is that radius which is responsible for the rolling.
Yes, sir.
So next we can have some other examples I would like to take here. One very nice example which comes to my mind is and when the time will be less, then I will definitely start angular momentum. Otherwise, you cannot do any problems of angular momentum today.
Sir,
And
today
if I-
you take another class, sir.
No, I think today it is not needed. Reason is because I have already seen that whatever is there, that you can already start doing the questions today itself. When you are not
40 minutes is there, sir.
and moreover we still have sufficient time, and when you don't have enough opportunity to do the questions yourself, at that time I prefer to take class in the evening, but today it is not required. This example I would like to take where we have two bodies. Wait a second. Copy this way. Two objects are there, one after the other, and some diagrams I have seen like this cases I will take. Then I will take one more case where this lower body can slide. I am assuming the lower body is just at rest. In all the above cases, I have taken that only. That the roll body cannot move, it cannot slide, it will be just at rest. And I forgot to discuss one more thing I could have discussed here. I discussed all these things, but wait a second. I could have asked one more thing here. In this case, I will ask you work done by friction and you will quickly say 0. So no need to worry. But in this case, I will ask you work done by friction and how will you find out? If they ask work done by friction in first case, it was easiest to determine, and work done by friction in the second case is the most complicated to determine. If you want to find out work done by the friction in the second case, then we will do this way, and that I am writing in red color just to tell you that it was a case which we left before, and we should have done it. Work done is equal to change in mechanical energy. This is the easiest way to do. And change in mechanical energy we can find out. Initially, its energy was change means final minus initial. Finally, energy will be equal to half ICM omega square plus half m
into VCM square.
VCM square. I have to use that only, and I cannot write half IB omega square in this case because VCM is not equal to R omega in this case. Yes.
Minus MGL.
Plus minus. Initially, it was coming from mgl sin theta. Potential energy was mgl sin theta initially. This is the change in mechanical energy, and second term will be lesser and first term will be bigger. This term will be bigger than this term. So overall work done by friction will be negative, and we know already that yes, it should be negative only because it is losing energy because of the friction here. So work done by friction will be negative only. It cannot be positive. Okay, this will be the result finally. So what is omega and VCM? Omega we obtained somewhere before, I think so. This was omega. How did I write it as V by R? Wait a second. Did I do something wrong here already? I did mistake here. I'm writing it as V by R. What am I doing? Sorry. Oh my God, I already committed that mistake. Thank God I went back again. I cannot use V equal to R omega. That is not applicable here. That is applicable only in this side. We found V is equal to root 2L. Omega also I have to find, unfortunately, by alpha into time. Velocity I can find out also by, see, these things are difficult to find in this case. V is equal to A into time. And time, we know, time was nothing but root 2L by
Yes, sir.
A we know already. So alpha, but again, A is not equal to R alpha and V is not equal to R omega. Just keep this idea in mind. So then how to find alpha? Alpha we already knew somewhere before. Alpha was this thing, mu g cos theta, mu g cos theta by eta r. Then let us use it here to find out mu g, this thing which I have written in red color. You should be knowing this thing properly. Omega is equal to mu g, what was it, cos theta? Yes, cos theta only. Mu g cos theta divided by eta r alpha. Mu g cos theta by eta r is alpha, alpha into time. Time is equal to root 2L by A was simple, just g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. So this is omega. See how complicated it is. Means in this case, even if I know everything, then also just to write it down also, it will be so complicated to write it down. See, it is so, I have not even written A fully. If I want to write A completely, and see what it will come as g sin theta, it will become such a big term. Although it is simple, but still is conceptually not tough, but it is big to write down in the paper. And imagine when I will write this thing now, oh my God, it will become such a big term. Omega will involve these all things here inside, and in that A will also be coming, and VCM will be equal to this A into T. It will be really big, minus MGL sin theta. But overall work done will be definitely by friction will be negative. It will be negative work done. I recommend you to don't stop here and you just find out the total work done expression. It will help you to practice, and it will help you to raise your confidence. If it comes in the examination, then you can still do it. Okay. So I recommend you to please find out the net expression for the work done. Next comes our cases, these cases. In this case, let the second body have friction here, mu, and okay, mu only, both mu only, but mass is given as M and capital M, radius is R, and between these two also there is one friction. Should I take that also as mu, or mu1, mu2? What do you want, easier or complicated? If it is complicated, then I can take different all different.
Easier and I can complicated.
Let us take mu then everywhere. Easy I am taking. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Everywhere mu. If everywhere it is mu, then next, what will be the equations that we are having? First of all, equations that we are having. Here we have two force equations and one torque equation. And in second case, we have two force equations. One along the perpendicular, along the normal, and another along the incline. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1, 5. 5 equations we need at least to solve it. More equations does not mean easier question. That means tougher question, because we have more work to do, more equations to solve. So here we have 5 equations to solve to get the answer. Sometimes we can minimize certain equations in some cases, in some special cases, depending upon the situation. That smartness, if we may take combined system diagram and we may have to ignore the inner forces, then I may need less number of equations. But sometimes it is unavoidable and we have to go through all those 5 equations. Okay. So whatever the case may be, but question can be tackled. I can ask this question, for example. What is the angle theta at which the sliding just starts? What is the angle theta at which the sliding just starts? Minimum theta for sliding, for just sliding. Okay. So because it is just a sliding, which one is just sliding? The second mass is just sliding. First one may still be rolling only. I'm saying second mass is just sliding here.
That means we should take maximum condition of equilibrium.
We should take what? We should take the condition that it is just in equilibrium, but at the same time, here and here there will be sliding.
Yes.
And here it will be pure rolling. In this red place, it will be pure rolling only. Okay. But in the blue places, it will be sliding. Okay. If I ask that condition in which all are sliding, then I think, can I ask that also? Wait, let me check. Yes, I think I can ask that also. Then this will happen. Then after some time, when angle starts becoming larger and larger, then I think a situation will arrive in which this red one will also start sliding. Here also it will be sliding. But first it will start sliding in the blue place, in the whatever this color is, not blue, whatever it is, cyan. In this place, first it will be starting sliding. So let us now start writing the equation at least. What will be the equations? For whom we have to write the equation, and I will prefer to write the equations first for I am leaving it for you. You do it. Okay. Tomorrow I will discuss it. I am leaving it for you. At least up to equation you should be getting answer. Equation, free body diagram equation for this, and free body diagram equation for this. And first of all, free body diagram, and then free body diagram equations. First, free body diagram, obviously. That what is the free body diagram? How the forces are acting here, here. Draw that free body diagram properly, and then after that, write the equations. 5 equations. Tomorrow I will check then your equations are correct or not. And if you want to give some points to these in order to write the normal reactions, otherwise I will not be able to check it. So let us all follow the same convention. Number 1, number 2, number 3. So N1, N2, N3. That way we have to write. Okay, N1, N2, N3. So tomorrow I will check it, whether you are getting it right or not. But today I will prefer to take angular momentum now. Otherwise time will be less for angular momentum. Angular momentum L. So how is the angular momentum defined? We know
Omega.
torque is equal to
Omega.
R cross F. And this torque formula is applicable even if a body is not rotating. Tau equal to alpha is applicable only for rotating bodies. Something should be rotating about certain point. But as far as tau equal to R into F is concerned, that is valid even if body is not rotating. Okay, this is still valid. So if a body is translating, then also it is applicable. Then I can write R cross dP by dt is equal to torque, which is defined as, for example, force is equal to rate of change of linear momentum. Similarly, we should define something for angular. It is equivalent to linear momentum in rotational mechanics. So represented by L vector, it is a vector quantity, dL by dt. Then we can see that dt will get cancelled out. What we will be left with? We will be left with just L is equal to R cross P. Or we can say dL is equal to R cross dP. Finally, after integrating, if I want, I can write it as what does R cross dP mean here? dL means change in angular momentum, dP means change in linear momentum. So if we know that initially, let us initially we started from 0 angular momentum, and 0 to L it will become, and that will become 0 to P. So it will be R cross P. That it will be. Assuming R to be just constant, because if I am integrating both sides, I am taking R outside here. So how can I do that? If I assume R to be constant, then only I can do that. If R is not constant, is it applicable? I think not. Let me check once. If it is a mass and here force F is applied here, this is gaining momentum P. We want to find angular momentum about this point, and this is having R here. So rate of change of angular momentum is equal to torque. That is F into, if F is acting at a height h, then F into h is torque. F into h is torque, and that is equal to, due to normal and due to mg, the torques are cancelling if it is frictionless surface. Then normal and mg, no, then also it is not correct. Wait. Normal and mg will not be in the same place. They will be in some different places. So where normal will be some shifted normal, okay, like this maybe. R is here varying here, but R perpendicular is remaining constant. The perpendicular distance of the linear momentum is remaining constant. Rp into R perpendicular into P is equal to angular momentum. Okay, let us do one thing. Let us define directly angular momentum as, let us define angular momentum directly rather than deriving it. Let us define it. Let us angular momentum is defined as, and it is true also, we define it in this way. There is nothing new that I am doing. Don't think that we should derive it only, but I just wanted to prove its equivalence to that from torque also we can get. But okay, we do opposite this time. I am defining angular momentum as R cross P. It will be easier to obtain torque from here rather than opposite. From torque to angular momentum, it is becoming a little complicated. So let us go from angular momentum to torque. dl by dt will be what? That is torque here. And that will become equal to R cross dp by dt plus
P cross dr by dt.
dr by dt cross P. And we know that dr by dt is V, velocity cross P. But we know that is equal to cross mv, and
That is 0, sir.
that is 0. Therefore, this thing happens here that we don't even care.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, we don't even care whether R is constant or not. Last time when I was starting from integral, then it became complicated to justify what I did last time. I wanted to do this thing that I wanted to start from R cross
Integrated.
dp, and I wanted to say that R is constant. Then it appears, some students will, then obviously for me also it appeared for some time that condition is required that R is constant, but we don't need that condition here. R may be constant or R may not be constant. So it was easier to prove that by starting from L first. So we started with L. L is equal to R cross P. And now we are able to prove that V cross V, MV is 0. So we don't need that R is constant or R may not be constant, but always R cross dP by dt will be equal to the torque. So that will always be valid, right? And that is equal to R cross F. So we started with our formula of L cross P, and then derivative of L is torque, and then we get that as R cross F, which we already know that is torque only. Or maybe this thing we can say, let us say we don't know this is torque. It is something. What that thing is, we don't know. But at last, while we reached this step at last, R cos dP by dt, then we know what that means. That is torque. So now we have proved that dl by dt will be torque. If we define, so in the beginning, assume that we define some quantity, which is R cross P, and we don't know what it means. Let us say for that time being, we don't know what it means. Even if we don't know what it means, then also by differentiating it, we are able to understand what it means. It means that derivative of this will be torque. Rate of, or it is just angular momentum, and it is rate of change of angular momentum will give us torque. So it is equivalent to linear momentum in rotational mechanics. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
from here, this was for a particle. I think I defined for a particle or for a body which is just in translatory motion. For that also it is defined for all cases, for a body in translatory motion or for a particle. But from here, I want to define for large number of particles Ri cross Pi integral summation, or integral R cross dP. That will also be same thing. So this way we can define the net angular momentum for the large number of particles. And in among the case of large number of particles, also we have a special case again. What special case we have? We have a special case. What is the net angular momentum? Wait a second. What do I want to find from here? Again, I can do the same thing as we did before. dl by dt. What it will become? Total angular momentum torque. Total torque will become equal to sigma Ri cross Fi. That will be equal to sigma tau I. Net torque is equal to sum of individual torques acting on individual particles, right? That will be the net torque acting on the whole system. So this is a whole system which has several particles going in different directions. We don't need to worry, but we are observing this system and we are noticing what is the total torque acting on this from outside, and that torque will be just equal to, although here I did not say it is acting from outside, I said it is a net torque acting on the system, whether it is internal or external. Now here I have to prove something, that internal torques will be 0. Means if there is a torque acting between, let us say there are two particles, particle 1 and particle 2, and this is the position vector of, this boy is talking again. Who is he? Mute yourself. R12 cross F, force acting between 1 and 2. Let's say this is the force between 1 and 2, and I want to prove that this plus position vector of 2 with respect to 1 multiplied by force on 2 due to 1, this total should be 0. Will it be 0? Yes, I can prove it to be 0, I think. Wow, how? I can prove it 0 in this way. R12 if the forces are acting along the line joining, if the forces are acting along the line joining, directly I can prove here without having to go through that. This will be 0. Internal torques will be 0 if this is 1, this is 2. It is R12, position vector 1 with respect to 2. If position vector 1 with respect to 2 and F12 are in the same line, along the same line, force acting on 1 due to 2, then the cross product will become 0. So for such forces, which we call such forces, which are acting along the line joining two particles, we call such forces as, central forces, which are along the line joining the particles. And for the central forces, the net internal torque will become 0. Then torque will be only just external torque. And then I can say that external torque is equal to net rate of change of angular momentum of the system of the particles. External torque is equal to net rate of change of angular momentum of the system of particles. Is it clear? Anything which is not clear here, you ask.
Yes, sir, clear.
This is why is it 0? It is 0 because of parallel, R12 and F12 are parallel to each other, so cross product will become 0. Similarly, this will also become 0. So internal torques, these are internal, okay, because force is applied between 1 and 2, between 2 and 1. So it is internal torque. So net internal torque will become 0. So only torques will remain external torques. So therefore, net torque acting on a system is just equal to, due to the external torques, and internal torques will just get cancelled out. So I can say this thing also, that net external torque is equal to dl by dt. That is our new theorem, we can say. So we started from torque acting on a particle and we said it is equal to dli by dt. But from there we proved that net external torque is equal to rate of change of net angular momentum of the system of the particles. And from the system of particles now, we will move on to something special, which is a rigid body. A rigid body has another condition. It is also a system of particles, but in this the particles are constrained in their that distances will remain constant with respect to each other. Okay, they have this constraint, extra constraint. So for the rigid body also, I can, this formula will still be applicable, because when it is applicable for the particles, it is also composed of particles. So for rigid body also, this is applicable. Okay, but for rigid body, we have its own special formula. That special formula I want to determine. What are the special formula for the rigid body only? So for the rigid body, the special formula will be angular momentum formula, first of all, Ri cross Pi sigma. Let us say this is a rigid body which has position vector of center of mass as given Rc, and with respect to this center of mass, there is some particle here. Let us call it, its position is Ri. From here it is Ri, and from here it is Ric. R position vector of ith particle with respect to center. C is the center of mass. Okay, is it clear? I can write Ri is equal to Rc plus Ric. So Ric plus Rc cross m velocity of I with respect to C plus Vc, velocity of center of mass. That is the net angular momentum for the rigid body. What I can write it as? Up till now, I have not even used the concept of rigid body. It is a rigid body. It is applicable even for all other system of particles also. But now I'm going to do after that something by which it will be just unique to rigid body only. First of all, let us take the terms which we can take. How many terms will be there? 4 terms, I think. Out of 4 terms, Ric cross m into Vic, one term. Term number 1. Number 2. Let us take one term at a time. Number 1, number 2. Number 2 is sigma m mi. I should write here. I think mi, ith particle mi. So it will become sigma Rc cross mi into Vic, second term. Third term, sigma, the third term will become sigma Ric cross mi into Vc, and fourth term sigma Rc cross mi into Vc. Now tell me what are the values of these terms separately, and then you will get the answer from there. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
So what is the value of first term? I think mi into Vic can be written as sigma m into Vc. VCC, sigma m into VCC, because it is already related to center of mass, so then it will become 0. This term will become 0 here. 0 momentum frame. Center of mass frame is 0 momentum frame, so net momentum in that frame will be 0 only. So this will become, no, but wait a second. Sorry. It has Ric also multiplied. I cannot do that. Sorry. Then I think I can write Vic as what should I write Vic? In terms of angular velocity, can we write, if it is rotating about center of mass with angular velocity omega, then can we write something Vic as?
Sir, are you saying from center of mass?
When I have written C, then it is center of mass only. I am not saying from the center of mass. I am finding in general. But
Yes,
in
sir.
general, I am breaking into 2 parts.
Yes, sir.
With respect to center plus center. So
Center.
that with respect to center will automatically become with respect to center of mass only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because it is a rigid body, and I have told you one thing about rigid body. For any rigid body, every point with respect to other point can be rotating only in a circular path only.
Circular path.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Therefore, it will have some angular velocity at any instant of time. Let at one particular instant of time its angular velocity was omega. Then I can write omega omega into what should I write? Omega into RIC. Can we write or not?
Yes, sir. Then it will become 0, sir. Omega into RIC.
How it becomes 0?
RIC bar plus RIC bar.
I think it does not become 0. It becomes omega into RIC square. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Because the other one is not a vector now. Other one is not a vector. If I want to write in a vector form, then I should write this way. Then I should write VIC as in vector form. If I want to write, then it is not omega into RC. Then it is omega cross
RIC.
RIC. And then if I write that, I did not want to take that because it will involve scalar triple product. And for vector triple product. And you don't know the properties of vector triple product, so you will be confused now. What should we write it? Therefore, I thought that write it magnitude wise. I started writing magnitude wise.
Yes, sir.
So magnitude wise, it will be like this. Okay. Although in this case, I'm assuming the motion to be lying in one plane. I will discuss that case where the motion, if it does not lie in one plane, then what we should write it as. For the time being, I am assuming a body which is in one plane only. If it is not in one plane, then we have still some more problem here. I will discuss that one later on. Not now. Otherwise, it will make this problem much complicated. So this is okay for a motion of body in one plane. Next, RIC cross MI into VIC. What is that second term? RC is constant here because no I involved in this. So I can take RC outside. MI VIC. MI into VIC. Again 0, I think so. MI, yes, this is 0. Second is 0. Because 0 momentum frame, so MI VIC will become 0. What does MI VIC represent? MI VIC is net momentum.
In the frame of center of
In the frame of center.
Yes, net momentum in center of mass frame, which is definitely 0 momentum frame, which is 0. Third term, RIC cross MI VC. VC is constant here, taken out. MI cannot be taken out. But MI into RIC has something to be written. That can be written as total mass M into
RC.
again,
RCC.
0,
RCC, position vector of center with respect to center. That is 0 again.
0.
Then left with the fourth term. Fourth term is RC cross MI VC. That
RC is
fourth term,
constant.
RC is constant here.
VC is
VC
also
also.
VC is also constant. Then I can write
Into RC.
RC cross VC into sigma MI. That is mass total into VC. That is RC cross net mass into VC. Net mass into VC, which will be just momentum. Which is just equal to RC cross P.
Sir,
RC cross P.
P. Yes, sir. Nothing, sir.
Right only. Mass into velocity of center mass is only called as momentum. Net momentum is called as mass into velocity of center mass. Okay, or if you don't want to write that, then you can write it as RCM cross M into VCM. That is the fourth term. So 2 terms became 0 luckily, and we are left with 2 terms. Then what is the net angular momentum at last? Which is important for us to write. So I will prefer to write it in this red color. L is equal to, at last, this term I should write again. This I can write omega taken common, and sigma
I, sir.
MI RIC square. It is ICM.
ICM.
Moment of inertia about center mass. ICM into omega. So we are left with ICM into omega plus plus second term RCM cross M into VCM. Very special formula, very important formula. Vector form it is. Because it is vector form, some students commit this mistake. They start adding first term with the second term. This will not be added. This will be added, but this will be added vectorially. These have to be added vectorially. Is it okay? So sometimes this can be subtracted also magnitude wise. It can become ICM into omega minus M into VCM into RCM. At other times, it can become plus depending upon the situation, whether these are in same direction or in opposite direction. Or if these are not in same or opposite, but these are mutually perpendicular, then obviously completely different scenario then it will be one ICM omega square plus RCM into MVCM square under the root. Okay, so it has to be added vectorially. For our case in 11th class, mostly means, I should say, if I don't frame a question, then I have not seen a question till now in which they give it perpendicular. They don't give like that. If I myself frame some question, then it is a different thing. But till now, I have not seen such question. And I know almost in all of the cases, they are likely to ask this only, in which we will take just ICM into omega plus RCM into cross VCM or minus. It will be like that only. Means it will not be the case in which it will be at some other angle, ICM omega here. And although this is also possible, and I will try to frame some question to discuss that also if you want, but later on, not now. And this I want you to practice enough. This formula, if you practice enough, then only you will be able to find it fast. First of all, due to point particle, we should practice. I think then we can practice for the rigid body. Due to point particle, if it has velocity VCM, what is angular momentum? Coordinates x comma y, x, y axis. Find out the angular momentum for this. What is the formula? R cross. It is not VCM, it is just V. Particle because.
Yes, sir, for particle
Yes, sir.
or bar cross V bar.
What is that?
You can do component wise, no, sir. Or RV sin theta magnitude. Then we get xy x into V j cap.
Yes, sir.
No, sir, 0. Yes, sir.
It MBR, sir.
Sir, your voice.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just listening to you.
Sir, correct only, sir. It is j cap cross k
Yes.
minus k cap.
Minus k cap only. This is it. So
Yes, sir.
other ways to write, as we normally always do, not only now, we always do like that only. If I have two vectors, R vector, P vector, and I want to take the cross product or MB vector, then I will always do like that only. I will analyze in this way. R perpendicular into MV, or it is MVR sin theta, we can say, which I can
Yes,
write
sir,
as
sin theta also you can take.
M into V taken common into R sin theta, or M into V sin theta taken into R, which will be also equal to M into V perpendicular into R.
So V y
So I
only
can
will
take
get this.
component of V, I can take perpendicular to the R. If they give us this angle theta, this angle is also angle between R and V, because if I extend R here, then this angle will be same as this. These angles are
Directly we
equal.
can say y is the vertical distance, no, sir. So MV y.
This is V perpendicular. M into V perpendicular into R. This is one way. Another way, take line of V and take perpendicular of component of R along
Distance
the
y,
perpendicular to the line
that
of
is
V.
y, sir.
Okay. So V perpendicular is perpendicular component of V
R bar.
perpendicular component to what? Perpendicular
V.
component to line of R vector.
Yes,
LOR
sir.
I am writing it. And what is R perpendicular here? R perpendicular is
Perpendicular to V. Component to V.
LOV, line of velocity, perpendicular to line of velocity.
Yes.
What is the line of velocity meaning? As I have discussed several times before, this is line of velocity. This
Yes,
is the
sir.
line of velocity. And
Along R bar radial line of radius.
what is the line of R? Line of R will be,
Along R bar.
this is line of R.
Yes,
So
sir.
if I take perpendicular
R
to,
cos.
this is V perpendicular here, V perpendicular here. And I can take similarly R perpendicular, that will be this one. This one will be R perpendicular here. Okay,
Okay, sir.
right. So examples, one very common example which they ask, and that is nice example only I can take. If a body is projected with velocity u at an angle theta with the horizontal, what is the angular momentum about the origin at the highest point and at the point of
Point.
just put before
Yes,
colliding?
MVH. Sin theta into u square sin square theta by 2.
At the point just before colliding, if they ask.
That means,
If they ask just
yes.
before colliding, u theta, right or not?
And
U
u
theta.
cos yes, sir, u
Then
cos
it will be
theta.
m into u sine theta into r.
Yes, sir.
That direction. Now direction will be, if you want to find direction of
Minus j
angular
cap into I cap, sir.
if you want to find direction of angular momentum, I recommend this way. Assume a clock at the origin, and this is the hand of the clock, and this is the velocity of the clock. Then this will turn in which direction?
Sir?
Assume a clock,
Clockwise.
and
sir.
this hand
Yes,
of
sir.
clock, and velocity of the tip is velocity of the tip
And
is
the
along this
clockwise
direction.
direction it will rotate.
Velocity of the tip is like this. This is the hand
Yes,
of the
sir.
clock. How will it turn? It will turn clockwise. Then
Yes, sir.
I can say clockwise angular momentum. So angular momentum is clockwise here. Always we will find this way only. For example, this is the angular momentum here. I want to find for this. This is u cos theta first of all. We know already. And what is the this is maximum height h. Then
Yes,
what
sir,
is
u
the
square
angular
sin
momentum?
square theta.
Angular momentum
Yeah,
at
u
maximum
cos
height.
theta into h.
So clockwise angular.
Mu cos theta into
H.
h
Shape.
clockwise.
Yes, sir.
And this is mu sin theta into r clockwise. Clockwise also means cross. Clockwise also means cross, or clockwise also means
Into minus k capacity.
Minus j cap. We get minus k caps. Yes, sir.
or cross or this or this. All these are equivalent. This is at the max just before colliding. Okay. So here I am using both formulae. One I am using u perpendicular. Another I am using r perpendicular. Depends which is convenient. See here r perpendicular. Everybody we know already that r perpendicular was maximum height. And here u perpendicular we already know that is just u sin theta. And r we don't want to take the component of r. So depending upon which thing is convenient, we choose that. Sometimes it may be convenient to take a component of velocity. Sometimes it may be convenient to take component of r. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, based on this, we will take some examples here for the rigid bodies. A rigid body will have two components. One, angular momentum will be found in the same way as we are finding here. For example, if I say this is not a particle which was projected, it was not a particle which was projected, but it was a disk which was also rotating with angular velocity omega about the center. If a disk is thrown with angular velocity omega about the center, then that angular velocity throughout the motion will remain same because torque about center of mass is 0. If torque about center of mass is 0, then angular momentum about center of mass will be constant.
Constant.
Or,
Yes,
or
sir.
omega will remain then constant. If omega remains constant, then what is the, now tell me, what is the angular momentum about the at the highest point? Say for the same body, but this time it was having initial angular velocity omega naught, and it will continue to be omega naught only.
Same,
Then
sir.
mass is m, radius is
Same,
r.
sir.
Plus
Not
LCM.
same,
Semi
not
cos theta.
Plus
same.
LCM it will become, sir.
Plus
Yes, remaining thing same. M
Yes, sir.
u
Plus
cos
LCM.
theta into h clockwise. Plus or minus depends on the
yes,
situation
Yes,
sir.
sir. Direction. Yes, yes.
of the direction. ICM into omega naught. Omega naught I have given in which direction? See the direction.
Twice, sir. It got also.
Clockwise only, sir. Service direction.
Clockwise.
Clockwise.
Then
Plus, sir.
these have to be just. Then it will become just mu cos theta plus ICM into omega naught, which I can write as 2 by what was it? Mass was
Sir,
sorry. This
into H, sir. It was mu cos theta into.
mr square by 2 into omega naught into mu cos theta into h. That
Yes,
is
sir.
our angular momentum, right? Now, in this only, if I change the omega and I don't give it clockwise, I give it anti-clockwise, then your answer will not be
Minus
plus.
Minus ICM.
Minus
Yes,
mass square by 2 omega.
Yes, sir.
minus
Minus,
ICM.
sir.
Minus MR square by 2 omega.
Or I can write as cross, or I can write as minus k cap.
K cap. Yes, sir.
In clockwise.
So,
Yes, sir.
so you understood what to do? Means one term will be found like a particle located at the center mass. One term will be found that way, and another term will be found out by ICM into omega. Two terms will always be there. Always.
Okay.
Okay. Let us take another body. This body.
Square.
It is just translating with velocity v. It has height h. Mass is a uniform cube. If uniform cube, then you know where the mass will be. And it is rotating with moving with constant velocity v on a frictionless surface. What is the angular momentum about O point? And will the angular momentum remain constant or will it change about O point?
Changes, no, sir.
Think, sir.
Yes, sir.
R bar is changing.
Yes, sir.
If R changes, does the angular momentum change? Let us check it once. What is the, okay, find out the angular momentum once. This is R vector, position vector of the center mass. This velocity vector v. And then angular momentum comes out to be equal to
MR.
M into
M into V into R sin theta, sir.
R sin theta.
M into H sin.
I have not given theta, I have not given R. R is not given, theta is not given.
What is given, sir?
By 2.
Just height is given.
Okay, sir.
MBH by 2, sir.
H by 2 then?
H by
Does it depend on R?
No, sir.
No,
Sir.
sir.
Does the velocity change?
No, sir.
Because frictionless, velocity does not change. Does the angular momentum change then?
Won't
No,
change.
No,
sir.
it does not change. It doesn't change. If angular momentum does not change, then I can say torque will be 0
Yes, sir.
about center mass. If
Center
torque
of
is 0 about the center mass,
Yes,
then
sir.
how the
It
normal
depends
will
on torque.
in this case, normal should be exactly passing to center mass. Then only talk about center mass will be.
Zero.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
If they ask what is the shift of normal direction in this case, then I will say shift of the
Zero.
normal direction in this case. is
No
zero.
toppling
shift.
occurs. Yes, sir.
No shift. Toppling is different thing. Toppling, it will not even shift also slightly. Toppling will occur
Yes,
if
sir.
it shifts so much. Toppling
Same,
will
sir.
occur
Not
if it shifts
toppling.
so
Sir,
much.
Rajji, sir.
But it will not shift even slightly also.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It will just keep on moving like that
Exact
only. So
middle. On top
exactly
of
at the
only.
middle passing to center only. So this is angular momentum here. So and it does not change. So see, don't think that R is changing, then angular momentum will change. We have to think about perpendicular distance and we have to think about V, velocity and perpendicular distance. If these are not changing, and what about ICM into omega? ICM into omega is 0 here. Why? Because it is just translating, but it has
Yes, sir.
no angular
rotation.
velocity, no rotation involved. Now I will take example in which rotation is involved and also translation is also involved. Both, like rolling example we can take. In rolling, both will be there, rotation as well as translation.
Sliding.
So let us say sliding may be there or not, but translation will be there and rotation will be there. It may be pure rolling also. It may be pure rolling. Don't think that sliding I will give. Sliding may not be given, or I may give. That is depending upon the situation. I will give you two questions here. What was the formula for angular momentum that we found?
R
What
bar
was the formula
cross.
for?
As
We should never
R plus
never
bar into
important, very important formula. We will use it again.
ICM into
I will use it for two cases now. One for pure rolling and one for just not pure rolling, but sliding, rolling with sliding. So I'm giving you two velocities here. One velocity given is velocity of center is v, and angular velocity is given as omega backwards. Surface may be frictionless, surface may be What is the angular momentum? Although I don't need to give frictionless surface or not, that doesn't even matter. Because angular momentum I can find once m is given, r is given, v is given, omega is given, and it is given that it is what is ICM, etc. If those things are given, we can always get the answer without even knowing omega, mu, etc. Okay.
Yes.
Tell me what is the angular momentum about which points I want. I want to find about many points here now. I want to find about point A, point P, point B, point C. Find about all these and a point maybe O. If I want to find about A point,
MR omega square by 2, sir, from point A.
Point A distance is R distance away. So one is
Yes,
M
sir,
into
R.
V into R. Direction.
R.
Now, how to find the direction? I told you, if you want to find out about point A,
Clock.
then first you assume there's a clock. Assume a clock, imaginary clock.
Yes, sir.
Where's the clock kept? Clock is kept with center at A. And the hand of the clock is this. And velocity of the tip is this. How will the hand turn? Hand will turn in
Clockwise direction.
Clockwise.
Minus K
Then-
cap.
then MVR is along minus K cap.
K cap.
Yes, sir.
But this is one term. Second term is ICM into omega. ICM into omega will be eta mr square into omega. Direction K cap.
K
I
cap.
think.
K cap, sir.
Yes, sir. K cap. And
See, now
clockwise.
now we
K
can
cap.
notice. Now we can notice it is not added up, but it is subtracted.
Yes.
So always
sir.
these terms will not add up. That is important point to be remembered. And that also I told you.
Direction.
These are also simple. Why these are simple? Because I have not even taken the case where one will be along J cap and other will be along K cap. Then it will be some other thing. But I'm taking all cases in which LCM term is also in the same direction and MVR term is also in the same direction. R cross P term is also in the same direction. Then it is somewhat simpler. Next, what about C point? About C point, if I want to find, then I will get it as this is, let us call it LA, L about A. What about L about P? Is it right or not?
L about it.
L about P point. Is
Perpendicular
it
distance.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Same, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
perpendicular,
sir.
same perpendicular distance?
Same,
Correct
sir.
only. It is also. What about L about C? L about C similarly will be L about O.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When we take, what is the general rule? When we take a line, parallel to LOV, when we take a line parallel to LOV, then at any point on that line, the angular momentum will be same. This is the general rule. On any, about, or not on any, about any point. About
Any point on the
any
line.
point on a line parallel to line of velocity, the angular momentum will be
Equal.
same, will be equal. Okay. So similarly, I can take the line parallel to line of velocity, but this line passes through O point. If it passes through O point, then the perpendicular distance from O will be 0. Then it will be just one term will remain, one term will vanish. Which term will vanish? R cross M
MVR.
into VCM.
Plus
R
CM
cross
into M is CM will be vanished.
ICM into omega will remain. ICM into omega never vanishes. ICM into omega vanishes only in one case.
And omega is.
When ICM is 0 or omega, yes, that is also true. Sorry, in two cases. If omega 0 or ICM 0. ICM can be 0 for a point particle. If it is a point particle, then for a point particle, ICM will be always 0.
0.
And omega will be 0 for when body is just
Translating.
So
Translating. No rotation.
in those cases,
There is no rotation,
that will
sir.
vanish. In those cases, it will vanish. And when will the other term vanish. Other term RCM cross VCM will vanish for this case when we take any point on the line of velocity. When we take any point on the line of velocity.
Zeros.
Just you think line of velocity. When we take any point on the line of velocity, then directly
Perpendicular
that,
distance 0, sir.
that will automatically happen if it is line of velocity only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next.
Yes, sir.
Line of velocity passing through center mass. Line of velocity passing through center mass, we should say. So what about LO? LO is just ICM into omega, which was just eta into mr square
A square into omega, sir.
omega, and direction is a
K cap.
K cap for
K
this.
cap. Sir.
K cap direction only. So we are getting answer then finally for many cases. Next.
LC,
Yes,
LO.
sir.
LB. What about LB? I am leaving it for you. You only have to find out.
We'll try,
That
sir.
is also equal to LN.
MVR, K cap.
Find out and then tell me. Don't say directly, indirectly. Find it out first. What is the method that I'm telling you? Use that method. You are not having. You don't use my methods. You know. You just listen to me and you think, okay, it is easy, but we can do it without that also. What is the method that I told you to use? Always assume a clock. Are you even assuming a clock?
Yes, sir.
No.
It is anti-clockwise, sir. Now it is anti-clockwise now.
Anti-clockwise.
MVR is
At
anti-clockwise.
that point.
Yes, sir.
About this clock, about this center, if I take this hand and this is turning in this way, then it is how the hand will be turning now. Anti-clockwise or clockwise?
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise. And omega is also anti-clockwise. Then how will it be same as LP and
Sir,
LA?
it will be added.
This will become now. See, notice here this thing again. I'm drawing this diagram once again. Imagine it. Just imagine it. Don't even draw it the way I'm not drawing it. I'm imagining it, and then it is vanishing again. This is a clock imagined, and this is the center of the clock. B is the center of the clock. This is the clock hand. Clock hand I will take towards the line of velocity, and then this line of velocity I will draw in that side. If I give this tip, that velocity, then this clock will turn in. This hand will turn in which direction? It will turn in anti-clockwise direction.
Anti-clockwise there.
Then this is anti-clockwise. Understood? It is anti-clockwise.
Yes, sir.
So now
Plus K.
it will become m into v into r plus k this time, and the other thing was already plus k already. That is always same. About any point, ICM into omega will remain same because it is already about center mass only. It cannot change. It will be same always. That. So what do we get now? mvr plus eta mr square into omega whole into k cap.
K cap, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now one special
Point M
case.
also same, sir.
Just one last and special case, and after that I end the class here. One last case is pure rolling case. If pure rolling is there, then what will be the angular momentum? I'm giving you pure rolling, and I'm giving you it is pure rolling, and nothing else is given. Do I need to give angular velocity, or I don't need to give angular velocity? Once I have given pure rolling, I don't need to give angular velocity. Why? Because we can determine it in terms of velocity v. Then v will automatically be equal to r omega. Then you can find out omega also in terms of v. Now I want to find out angular momentum. Find angular momentum about the point P, or if it is about P, then it is also about any other point on this. Okay. LA is equal to LP. What is LP? LP will be equal to m into v into r. That is in which direction? That is clockwise. Plus
Clockwise.
ICM into omega. That is also clockwise. Both are in same direction, so add it up. Then
Yes,
it will become, for pure rolling, this will always add up. If it is pure rolling, then both will be in same direction. Then it will become now what? Eta mr square omega.
mr square omega plus m into r.
Then it
Yes,
So
sir.
omega plus M into V into R. Whole into K.
m into v into r omega is v.
Beta.
Yes, sir.
M into v into r into 1 plus eta.
Yes, sir.
That is equal to m into v into beta m into v into r. Means this mass behaves like a mass of beta times m. Effective mass becomes like beta times m, and then we can get directly mvr only. Or I can say this way also. Another, here I convert it into mass and velocity. I will write in terms of omega. If I want to write in terms of omega, then I will write m into vr plus ICM into omega, which I can write as m into r into omega, r square omega plus
MR
I
square
And mass square omega into 1 plus eta we can write,
then I
sir.
will write m r square into 1 plus eta into omega, which is beta m r square omega.
Omega.
Beta m r square omega. So beta m r square omega is nothing but IP into omega.
Yes, sir.
See what wonderful, simple. It appears as if we are taking only rotational kinetic energy, rotational angular momentum into account. But no, when it is instantaneous center of rotation, then it comes out only in terms of rotational angular momentum, and there is no part of that due to the translational part. There is nothing, because that includes that part within itself. This includes the MVR term also within itself. So the things become easy again if I know what is ICOR. Whenever I know ICOR, I can use LP equal to IP into omega, and I don't have to find out velocity also. So this is again, we can do always for whenever IP is known to us, whenever P point is given known to us. And I told you before, never try to never find out P point if it is not known quickly. Never try to never waste time to finding out ICOR. But if it is known, then use it. Then use it directly. LP is equal to IP into omega. Is it okay?
Yes. Okay, sir.
Okay.
So I
Yes, sir.
end this class here now, and remaining I can discuss tomorrow.
Sir, sequence of practice.
Please upload in YouTube.
Yes, I will upload it. Means Sundar will give me, then I will upload after that. Yes, what do you want to ask?
Neelkanta, sir.
Today
Sir,
nail
today not
contest.
me, sir.
Today
Neelkanta,
Neelkanta.
sorry. Neelkanta, yes, Neelkanta. Yes. Somebody was asking something.
Sequence of practice, sir.
Sequence of
Practice by which books and all in Java.
which books you want to do for this?
Yes, sir.
For this, today you do. I recommend today for the beginning day HCV.
HCV.
HCV
Okay.
Okay, sir.
and other than that, one more book if you are having that also you should do. The icon material
Material,
this
sir.
red color.
Yes, sir.
Material,
that
yes,
is material. That in that wherever you see written angular momentum, and
Heading,
wherever you
sir.
see written rolling, those heading you see rolling, and heading you see angular momentum, those questions you start doing. Okay,
Okay,
you
sir.
can do the